Welcome to the show that looks at truth, fiction, and reality with a smirk. I'm Aaron Peterson.
I'm Amanda Sink.
And I'm Zach Parkerson.
And welcome to Smirk. Every other week, one of our hosts introduces an original story, which we then use as a springboard for spirited and lighthearted discussion, whatever the moral or theme of their story is. And you know what? We're not doing that this week. This week is completely different. This episode is unique. There's no story. Well, the story has already been written, as it were.
So you lied to everybody just now?
Let me finish my thought. We're talking about 2020, the worst novel any of us have ever read. And we're just each picking 3 discussion topics or questions or whatever, things that we can talk about in our smirkish way. So there'll be jokes. So if you get offended easily, leave. Just leave. Don't be here because we'll probably make fun of something that really will offend you. And that's just what we do.
Uh-oh.
I'm excited. What about you guys? Are you excited to kind of go off script, off book, off brand?
You're setting kind of a scary tone.
Yeah, now I'm nervous.
I don't have anything that bad. Do you guys have anything really weird?
You made it sound that bad.
No, I'm just saying people get triggered. It's 2020. Everybody's mad about everything. I just don't want anybody to be mad. You're here to have a good time. That's what we are here to do.
Right.
Right?
So we're going to talk about the 3 people from 2020 you want dead. Sounds like fun.
And they all have to be code names, but they sound similar to their names.
Right. I would love to see Schmitch-Schmichconnell hit by a bus.
Stop. Stop. But an inner city bus, one that breaks down.
Right, because if only he had redirected the proper funding to take care of it.
Oh, let's move on. There you go.
Funny.
Somebody went right there.
Hey, man, you want me to talk about 2020?
Yeah, we are. We're gonna legitimately talk about 2020. Anything is fair game. You know what? Where do you guys want to start? I guess I start, right?
Yeah,
you start, man.
We're going in order of our names, okay? So
right, we're going from worst to best. Absolutely.
I guess I am pretty average in the middle.
That's so sad.
That just sounded so sad.
But I'm not the worst.
Somehow,
so it's okay.
Somehow, like, copping to being average is so much sadder than copping to being bad.
It really is. It's like, I'm not the best of the worst. I'm decidedly average.
I am aggressively average.
It's just like, it's ridiculous, Amanda. You're better than average.
Sorry
We're all
to be a
better than
downer.
average. We're all better than average. Well, you two are. I'm still striving. So here we go. Here's my first one, right? This will be fun. Maybe. Okay, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, they quit the royal family. And I want to know if you guys can help me understand why I should care. Because if 2020's taught us anything, hasn't it been that poor people should stop celebrating entitled rich people?
Man, whenever the royal family gets brought up, I think back to my first paid writing gig, which was this weird internet service. I can't even remember the name, so I can't even drag them.
Pornhub.com.
Yeah, that's my favorite. Well, that's bookmarked at the top.
What was that writing like? Plumber enters. Hey, pipes are stuck.
Oh, writing scripts for Pornhub. Okay. Do they do original content? Do they have streaming originals?
They should. Why not?
Oh, man. Oh, man, remember, was it the beginning of 2020 when Pornhub gave everyone a free premium month?
Yeah. I mean, that's the kind of support we needed in the trying times.
That's about as much as Mitch McConnell did.
It's Mitch McConnell or whatever you said.
You're right. Yeah, I was talking about elected official. Anyway, my first paid writing gig was like this weird service where it was you wrote, like, you got, cents for word or whatever, and it was like websites sent this website writing request for content they wanted, and then you would write anonymously for the site. But I only remember because I started doing that right around when they got married, the royal wedding, and I wrote paragraphs on stuff like who their tailor was, what kind of china was present at the ceremony. And I could not, but speaking to your point, I could not fathom why anybody would give two damns about any of this. But man, was that most of the stuff people wanted to hear about. So
Yeah.
can't wrap my head around why anybody, especially in America, why anybody cares. It's got nothing to do with us. We fought that oppressive regime and won.
We beat you back.
Oh my God.
So why do I care about you now? So no, I you're right. We should stop celebrating the rich, I think, this year, especially with the ways, CEOs were profiting in 2020. Jeff Bezos really came out as a gargantuan scumbag. Oh, I got to stop using names. He's probably listening. He's probably got a search algorithm set up for all podcast mentions of his name.
I definitely think he does, so thanks for that.
I
That
believe
sucks.
it.
That's all right. We can have your podcast shipped in 2 days.
You're right. We need to stop celebrating the rich because they are not doing, they have the actual power to do things for us, but they are not going to ever do that. Like I saw a hilarious tweet. I'm sorry, I don't know who wrote it, but it was like Jeff Bezos could actually be Santa Claus. He has all of our wish lists. He has our addresses and he has the money to buy us each like one thing from our wish list. And he wouldn't even notice.
Right, because he has so many billions of dollars.
The world's first trillionaire, and yeah, he just can't be bothered. It's just, it's insane to me that, all these rich elite in 2020 were talking about how we all had to come together and do all this, and then they didn't do anything. Except for Britney Spears, she helped out a lot.
She tries.
She did?
What I'm saying, she did. There are definitely people with money that do make an effort and try to help, and I'm not negging them. I'm just saying, in 2020, after what we've just went through, we're still there's still people that are going to worship people like the Kardashians. Like they're basically the royalty here in America, which is really sad for America, but it does say everything you need to know about us.
Yeah.
And then, and across the seas, there's people that are worshiping the royal family. People that literally did nothing to get what they have. They've literally done nothing. Like at least Jeff Bezos.
They had sex with the right people.
Yeah. At least
within
Jeff
their family.
Bezos could say he built that empire. At least that's his. I mean, he orchestrated that.
That's
so,
true.
I mean,
that's true.
That's there. The royal family, if you're listening, you sons of bitches, has literally done nothing. You will never get me to bow. You will never get me to salute. You will never, like a person in the military uniform, I will salute you all day because that is somebody who's actively doing something and they made effort. Royal family hasn't done jack. And every year people keep telling me about what they're doing like I'm supposed to care. And in 2020, when they kept praising the essential workers, yet gave them very little, the rich elite people of the world, how can you continue to celebrate them? That's all I'm saying.
I feel like you really brought this question forward just to vent your feelings.
I sure did. Because we don't get to do this very often. So you're welcome. Amanda, do you have any feelings on this?
Well, I think you guys kind of said everything. I mean, I don't care. That's what it comes down to. I don't care. You probably shouldn't care. Don't care.
Don't care about hating it, or you don't care about the royal families, are you saying?
I don't care about their drama. I don't care about their money. I don't care about the royal family.
Do you care about the china they used at their wedding ceremony?
No. But I bet if you got paid per click for that article, you would have made some serious cash.
Yeah.
That's just sad.
So happy my name is not on that.
I kind of wish it was,
I
because
find it.
They would search for you and they would find Smirk. So I'm actually kind of wishing your name was on it.
Well, I apologize. No, I couldn't. They don't even tell you who you're writing for. But you did get paid. But it sounds a little scammy, I guess, when I say it out loud, but I did get paid. It was not scammy.
As long as you get paid, man.
How much did you get paid?
Hey, that's his business.
I mean, I also don't remember. That was a long time ago.
That's when he was on the heroin.
Yeah. That's when I was on the Jack Daniels.
All right, Amanda, what you got?
Okay, well, mine is much less specific. Mine is, in this year, traditionally, in America, you don't start putting up Christmas lights before Thanksgiving.
Mm.
However, there have been a lot of people that have started doing that in 2020 because they want a little bit of Christmas cheer. And so my question is, in this year, do you think it's okay to put Christmas decor up early? Do people get a pass?
So funny you bring. I have been. I thought I was in the right when I was attacking all these people putting up Christmas stuff in November, and everyone was coming at me this year. Usually everyone agrees, and they're like, or like playing coffee music or Christmas music in the coffee shops and stuff like that. It's usually quite annoying, and everyone agrees with you. But this year, I'm the bad guy. So apparently, Amanda, yeah, it is allowed all of a sudden, and I'm not. I for one was not thrilled with it.
You know what? Christmas lights bring joy. I don't know what it is. I even saw them, and I tend to be an Ebenezer Scrooge, but as soon as I saw them this year, because it's this year, normally I'm just like, whatever, Christmas lights. I got giddy. Parts, like my whole demeanor just felt lighter and airier and just smiled more. And I'm like, the year's almost over. And I got beautiful Christmas lights, and that Christmas still signifies happiness. I don't care what people say. It still brings that joy. So yeah, if honestly, I wish I would have put them up in April, and maybe this year could have been just a little bit warmer for me.
Yeah, I'm with Aaron. I am normally the same, where you don't put your lights up in October when Halloween has yet to happen. You don't put them up prior to Thanksgiving, like in the middle of November, like it'll be Veterans Day and somebody is like, I gotta hang the Christmas lights up. Normally I'm not about it. This year, I think anything goes. If it makes you happy, the lights make me happy. They're pretty. I love Christmas decorations, especially like cute modern decorations and stuff. But, so I'm all about it. I'm like, okay. I was feeling the Christmas cheer earlier than I ever do.
I hated it.
Okay, Grinch. Well, we'll change that for you.
His heart did not grow 3 sizes that year.
Would you feel this way if somebody sent you a PS5 that said "From Santa"?
I would do whatever Santa wanted me to do to him for that PS5.
Hey, little boy, you want that PS? That's just gonna. There's nothing that's coming out right with that.
And you want me to call you want me to call you Santa the whole time, sir? Is that right?
Oh my god! It's just a random guy that came about on the Facebook Marketplace.
If he's got the goods, that's fine. It's just you know what? Once December 1st rolled around, I'm all for it. It's just
Jingle balls.
I can't with the music. I just can't.
The music is the problem for you.
Hold on.
It's not the lights.
Hold on.
Okay.
It's Chris Isaac Christmas. It works fine.
Well, yeah, obviously Chris Isaac is the exception. He's the number one talent of music. Yeah. I'm sure Snoop Dogg has a great Christmas album.
That just sounded like a person who has never heard music ever before.
I am familiar with the concept of music. I was just going to say Christmas lights have never done anything for me, so therefore I was annoyed at all the excitement.
Oh, really?
Nothing.
Oh, I like so much despair in your heart.
I like Christmas ornaments. Those are cool. It's fun to like do a new, get a new one every year or whatever. That's fun. But Christmas lights just doesn't.
Do you put up a tree?
No.
Do you hang a pine cone with a little light around it?
Or a mistletoe?
I like that. I don't need mistletoe, baby.
Oh, boy.
Remember? I'm sure I've mentioned on the show how I neg people into my league. It's, I don't do that. Don't cancel me.
I used to hang mistletoe. I used to hang mistletoe. Well, you know what? I can't tell that story because I don't want to get fired. So, no, I'm not telling. I'll tell you after off air.
Great. I have put up trees. I've done it.
Wow. That does not.
That sounded like I've been forced to do it. I am being required by law to do it.
Yeah, so that's my stance on Christmas lights. I understand why people did it.
So do you, now that it's been explained to you by other people who attacked you, do you feel more okay with it?
No.
Like, were you like, okay.
Absolutely not. Nope.
So what do you do when the 3 guys show up in the middle of the night and they tell you the whole, this is your past, this is your future, and this is your present? Like, does that bother you?
Oh, that's cute. I don't hate Christmas. People have this conception that I hate Christmas. I do not.
No, you sound like a total fun time at a Christmas party.
I
Why are
love
those lights here? Jesus!
Tim Allen's The Santa Claus is a classic.
Yes, it is. I just argued that The Santa Claus 2 is a good movie despite a lot of people not liking it and critics not enjoying it, and it is a damn fine movie.
It's okay. The toy Santa thing is a little much, goes a little hard, but otherwise it's great. I mean, Elizabeth Mitchell's here in it, and that's always a treat.
Yeah, she's delightful.
She was.
All right, Zach, what is your
she was
2020
lost.
topic?
Well, first, I mean, I was going to ask you the really boring, what did you miss most in 2020? But I already know your guys' answer. It's going to the theater.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not.
Nope, it's not mine.
Well,
It's
I don't
mine.
care. I didn't really care, Amanda, about your opinion,
Okay.
honestly.
That hurts my heart a little bit.
All right, fine. Before I ask my adjacent question, what did you miss then?
I bet you I can
Man,
answer
I
it.
was supposed to go to Hawaii.
Oh, whatever.
Oh,
for
I
a
couldn't.
week.
I would have got it wrong.
Were you going to say South by Southwest?
No, I was going to say music concerts.
I do miss those. I had some good ones this year, too.
I've been to like 3.
Or
if
COVID
that.
ragers, as I like to call them now.
The super shredders.
Yep. You were supposed to go to Hawaii. Yeah, that's a bummer. But you know what? Everybody lost vacation this year. Everybody.
Yes, I didn't get to go to E3 this year. That sucked.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's the only thing. It's the only thing I have in my life, really.
But you know what? Everybody wants to tell you their story of their vacation like they're the only person it happened to.
I hate. Oh, you're losing it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Well,
like,
it's just
man, well, I didn't get to do this one. Well, I didn't get to go. Yeah, but I lost money. Yeah, but I lost money too. Yeah, but I lost more money. Well, no, actually, no. I actually lost just as much money. But I guess your thing is bigger than my thing to you. Okay, cool. I mean, I've had that.
Is
a lot
this about junk?
year. No. What?
You said, is this thing bigger than my thing?
Oh, Lord.
You missed it. It was
Oh,
a bad joke.
I
Move
got
on.
it. It was just a bad joke. It's okay.
Jiminy Cricket. Well, anyway, speaking of movies, I just wanted to ask you guys, because you're movie people.
Mhm.
I'm sure some people know that listening. What was the movie that you were bummed about getting delayed the most?
Oh.
Well, if you'd listened to a recent episode of the Hollywood Outsider podcast, which
Well, not everyone who listens to this show listens to that
That's-
show.
That's true. It literally, by when this comes out, it would have just came out anyway. No Time to Die, because I have seen, ever since my dad had remarried my mother when I was 17, I've seen every James Bond movie with my dad in a theater. And this will now, because of this whole thing, be the first time I have not seen a James Bond movie with my dad.
When does it come out?
Well, it's supposed to come out in March, then they bumped it back and bumped it back and bumped it back, and now there's Snowbird, so he's not here. So if it comes out before he gets back, I'll have to see it without him. Just kind of a bummer, because it's like a thing we do.
Well, mine is one that Zach might appreciate, and that is Spiral.
Oh, yeah, Book of Saw.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. Looks
Yeah,
right,
what about
Chris
you?
Rock. Well, I mean, it was Wonder Woman, because it just kept getting pushed and pushed. But it came out there at the tail end of 2020, hopefully. So it probably is Spiral for me. I mean, I love Saw to death, even the bad ones, except Jigsaw, that was a dumpster fire. So it's, to see Chris Rock, of all people, try to kind of soft reboot the franchise.
For real.
That's incredible. Like, will Tobin Bell appear? I need to know. It's just exciting, and I don't know why I love those movies so much, but I really, really do. And I just want to see more.
They're a lot of fun. And this one looked really great. And
We'll see it soon.
so
I
sad.
have faith. All right, next one. This kind of goes to, well, actually all of us, because we kept working the whole year. Do you think the world will treat essential workers different now?
They barely treat them
No.
different right now.
Absolutely not. It's the, we care about essential workers as the thoughts and prayers of 2020. No one actually cared about essential workers. There was, 2 months there where everybody cared about nurses, but even that went away.
Mm-hmm.
One of my jobs this year, they were doing catered lunches for nurses, and you could donate to pay for them online and stuff. And it was like everybody was doing it for those first 4 or 6 weeks when everybody cared, and then now nobody does it.
Really?
Yeah, it's People have given up on the essential worker, I'm pretty sure. I'll tell you, as a quote essential worker unquote, who is always forward facing to the public, no, it never felt any different.
Yeah, because that is one thing. I mean, I think it's an important thing that no one ever talks about is that you said it before, you're barista in your day job, right? Which you can make pretty good money as a barista, but still, you wouldn't really call it essential. You know, you wouldn't really think of your job as essential.
I kept trying to think of it as essential. Like, how can I wrap my head around it? I could not.
Bitch, you can make your own coffee.
Yeah, like, well, that's what people would always tell me is like, well, you're essential to get everyone else's day started. No, man, you can make coffee at home.
The only thing I could think of is like people who need to use the Wi-Fi who are...
But
people who need
what kind of stretch is this?
Because there is a digital equity divide, and so people who don't have access to internet at home, including students and people who are now working from home, and you don't get subsidized for paying for it. And if you need to even like file for unemployment, a lot of that takes place online, and so that's the biggest stretch that I can come from. Is like needing to access Wi-Fi, but that can happen with the store closed, right? Just sit outside.
I mean, I guess I was going to say there was when the first batch of lockdown happened, you couldn't sit inside places. You can in Missouri now, but I would say that Wi-Fi is not that essential.
Yeah, absolutely. I get it. That's too bad. Well, I think you're essential. It's kind of sad because you had to sit there and face the public because they were coming in still, and everybody's telling you don't go near people, or you're risking your life. And you're like, well, okay, but people need coffee because they can't pour their own at home. It's very complicated.
Risking my life to make a latte. Great.
And you can't afford to not do it because, you don't make money in it then.
My question is about something more, trying to be a little bit more optimistic.
I like it. Let's do it.
So I understand there's a lot of bad things that have happened in 2020, but try to figure out what the best moment of 2020 was for you.
The best moment.
Something good. It could be something small. Maybe somebody left you a really nice tip at work. Maybe you got to talk to a friend more often via Zoom because of the stay at home.
I rented a movie theater and watched The Conjuring with my family and friends in the area. And we were able to go to a theater and have a normal night out in this complete crazy chaos that we have with family and friends. And it was very, very cool.
With masks and social distancing.
With masks and social distancing, yes.
And theater.
Very, very, very cool. It's the largest theater and da-da-da-da. It was great. It was a great event, and it made me feel normal for a couple hours. Not like I'm living in Mad Max.
Sounds expensive.
Actually, surprisingly, not really. No, wasn't too bad. AMC's renting theaters out. Check your local listings.
What about you, Zach?
I'm thinking. You're going to have to go, I think. I know there is something great, but I just can't put the old finger on it right now.
Somebody got a coffee for you, but spelled your name Z-A-C-H. And you're like, oh, that's adorable.
No. That would trigger me.
In terms of something that was really cool and unexpected, had a nice little interview with the producer of the Tony Hawk documentary and who worked on the Tony Hawk video games. So that was really cool. That was a cool experience.
That is very cool. And didn't you almost got to talk to Tony Hawk himself, right? And then he just said,
yes, I'm
going to skate right out of here.
The scheduling just didn't work very well. So that sucked. But
stupid
it was so
Tony
close.
Hawk. Tony Hawk
jerk.
Sucks.
Yeah, Tony Hawk, I know you're listening. Why are you cruel?
I know nobody recognizes you, but they think they recognize you.
Just kidding.
That's funny.
You're a good dude. You got anything, Zach?
I guess, I don't know. Honestly, like, to think more generally is, I don't know, this feels way less important. Is reconnecting with Star Wars, has kind of gotten me through a lot of hard times in 2020. Because I was the toxic fan who, DC erased the canon. I burned all my books and stuff. because I was so outraged and enraged, and I've carried a weird anger towards Star Wars ever since. But, with the last year, I thought Rise of Skywalker was a great end to the franchise. I know it's a war crime to say out loud.
No, I liked it.
And, Fallen Order was an incredible game and kind of helped me realize that, like, even though Disney said all that stuff doesn't count, it still counts. So I've been reading Star Wars books that I read as a kid and reading it all again. And it's been an incredible journey.
That's cool.
Oh,
You like
that's sweet.
You like Mandalorian too?
I am not on the Mandalorian train the same as everyone else. I think the show is incredibly hit or miss.
You think it's very much so the meh DeLorean?
No,
this is a joke I've been writing for a while.
There are some episodes where I am fist pumping, jumping up in the air. Then there are other episodes where I'm just like, why are we wasting my time? And then there are some things like the big Ahsoka thing that happened where I'm just kind of like, it wasn't that great an episode. I don't know. I just feel like you're not allowed to be in any way critical of the show online.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's kind of annoying.
It's a weird fandom now.
Yeah, it used to be so toxic about hating everything, and now it's like weirdly toxic about you don't love it enough. The Star Wars fandom remains the worst fandom to be a part of, but it is. But all those books and stuff are good. I do like The Mandalorian. I just don't understand. I wish I was seeing the show everyone else was seeing, where every single week the best episode of the entire franchise happens. But I can't. I don't know.
All right. What is your next question or topic or whatever?
Oh, what is the new hobby you developed in 2020?
Ooh.
You mean like now do I make masks all of a sudden?
I think everyone picked some kind of new hobby up in 2020.
I have two.
See?
Go, Amanda.
I started playing D&D pretty regularly.
Right. You're very into the D&D now.
I love it. And we do it virtually, so we're COVID safe. And I get to connect with some friends that I don't normally. Some of them I normally connect with, especially in the fall months, because normally we get together for the holidays, especially including Halloween. We're together like the whole month of October. So it's been nice to still connect with them. And then I also started getting into photography a little bit as a very much so beginner, as a hobby. So those are the two things I started getting into.
That's awesome.
How many sets of dice do you own?
It's uncountable. I have Laura Bailey's holding bag of dice thing, the big giant bag. From Critical Role.
It's so funny to me that everyone knows who Laura Bailey is now.
I love her. She is my favorite. I want to be best friends with her.
I have her autograph.
You do?
Yeah, on my copy.
Can I buy it from you?
No, because it's on my copy of Nier. So that's not going to happen. She was Kaine in the first Nier in 2010. Her character is part of my giant forearm tattoo. And I love her to death. I mean, that character is like my, one of my biggest fictional crushes. Love Kaine. I'm really worried they're doing a re-release later this year of Nier, like a remaster. I'm really worried they're not going to be able to afford Laura Bailey now, because she was a nobody in 2010, and now she is. Everybody knows
somebody.
her. Now she's a household name somehow. Yeah, and then Liam O'Brien, who's also on Critical Role, was in that game too.
Mm-hmm. I like him. I just don't like, oh my god, and I can't think of her name. Starts with an M. Mariska, I think is her name. I can't stand her. Anyway, I should stop getting negative about her. Let's move on. Aaron, what did you?
I don't have any new hobbies, but I built a retaining wall in my backyard, so I got that going for me.
That sounds like a hobby. I had to take some time.
You have a new hobby of swimming in the summer.
True. I took our travel money and put it toward a pool, so we have a pool this year. It's not in ground. It's not fancy, but it's a pool. Next year I'll have it, and I had to build a retaining wall because of the said pool. So basically, my hobby was lots of landscaping that my wife did not help with at all.
What's a retaining wall?
I'm just kidding. She shoveled like 3 things. It is when you put a pool in, if you have a sloped yard. A lot of people listening are really going to love to hear about this. But if you have a sloped yard, they have to make it level for a pool. So they basically dig it out until it is level. And if you're too high in the top end, you have to put up a wall to make sure the dirt doesn't come down and cave in your pool. So it's basically like landscaping bricks, like when you see people's like front yard where they have landscaping bricks around their stuff. It's like that, only it's going up 3 feet. So it's like 9 rows high of bricks.
Interesting.
No, there's like 400 bricks that I had to haul from my driveway to the back and then dig a hole and set them up. And now I just hope I did it right and that they don't come crashing down next year.
Or otherwise you won't have a pool anymore.
Well, I'll just have bricks in the pool. I mean, I'll still swim. I won't care.
Yeah.
What about you, Zach? What's your hobby that you picked up this year? Please tell me it's crocheting or making masks, because that's what everyone else is doing.
Yeah, everyone's a mask expert now. No, prose, like I read a lot this year, I guess. Like prose novels. I mean, mostly Star Wars, the occasional break. But I mean, I normally read like 1 book a year.
So David prose novels?
Like R.I.P.? Yeah, man, what the hell? What was that about?
Is that too dark? I don't know.
2020 kept taking. But no, I normally read like 1 book a year. And I think I've read over like 15 this year.
Very cool.
Wow.
Which is pretty substantial for me. And
look at you go.
You know, that's not even, I didn't even slow down. Like I still read hundreds of comic books, as I always do.
Zach, I have an important question for you.
Oh boy.
Are your shoulders hurting? Your head must be so much heavier from all of the knowledge you've obtained.
What just happened? What just happened?
It's so funny to me.
It's a dumb joke because he's got to be smarter from reading more. And
no, we got it.
Okay. All right.
We got it.
It's just funny to me when you tell people you listen to an audiobook or you tell people like, oh yeah, I read a bunch of comic books. They don't care. But then you say you read a book and all of a sudden you're like, oh, wizard. I don't understand this.
Well, I wasn't saying that.
Audio books are not difficult. It's just like listening to a podcast. It doesn't really, it's more like background work.
But it still engages
reading
your
a
mind.
book.
I can't understand. Like, my comprehension is not right when it comes to an audiobook. Like, I just give up. I don't care. I'm not going to listen.
I definitely pay better attention.
322 pages.
I like audiobooks, but I like reading the books way more. But I don't understand why people have I don't understand why books carry this huge weight that other forms of media don't. They're all stories.
It's a good question. Mm-hmm.
Just saying, man. It's not cool.
It's not cool. But reading is harder than listening. Because
Sure.
people that listen, they're typically just, I'm so busy. And I firmly believe you cannot focus as much listening to a book as you can reading a book. I don't think you immerse yourself as much.
I agree. I'm just saying, like, employers are always schooled me reading a book, but if I were to read a comic book, that would be seen as a waste. I'm wasting their time.
Oh, I see what you. Well, no, that shouldn't be any different because the stories, honestly, are usually better than comic books.
It's the same freaking thing.
Believe it or not.
I'm a big fan.
It is. Reading is reading.
Yeah. Couldn't agree more.
Knowledge is knowledge. Okay, so here we go. We're going to wrap this baby up, but we're going to try and bring 2020 together. So I got a question for you guys, okay? It's going to start negative, but it's going to build positive. So stay with me as we head out of this stupid, stupid year. This year, we have had a pandemic, right? Worldwide, just a ravaging virus. We have had protests. Race relations have really just hit a fever pitch to where it could build to a civil war. We have, you know what? I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. We have a president who basically tried to mock democracy for his own selfish gain. And we have, I'm sorry, these are facts. There's not like, I'm not going to play that whole 3-card Monte game. And you have all of these things happening, and now we're turning the page, and a lot of people feel like 2021 is going to bring about something different. Do you think the world will change for the better now that we've got all of this out of our system? And if not, what would you say we need to do to change it? Kind of deep thoughts by Jack Andy.
I truly believe, I guess there's no way it's not going to come across politically, but with a leader who is not actively trying to stir the pot, let's say daily, I think America has a chance of, definitely being on a better path. I mean, people were given voices and power that just didn't have any under any other presidential term. And that negativity did bubble to the top, and they felt empowered in a way that they had never had before. And, so I think without that fool in office, we do have a 2021 definitely has a brighter outlook.
I think the one thing that concerns me, yes, there can be improvements, there can be changes, maybe we'll be more united, who knows? But I don't think that we, not just America, but the world, but especially America, because of the continued, the struggle that we've gone through with COVID, with some people, just the divide in that sense and the isolation. And I don't think that the world is prepared for what will happen on the other side of this in terms of mental state, changes in our social climate in general, the way people operate, the way people, I think anxiety and fear is going to increase even more as people get removed from isolation. I think we'll probably see some peaks of suicide as the months get warmer next year and things start to hopefully change with the vaccine on the rise. And I think as much as there might be positives, I don't think that we have anything to prepare because nothing has been fully taken care of throughout this year. People were not prepared for it. People still aren't coping with what's going on because it's so drastic and difficult and, completely opposite of what human nature is. Humans want to connect with other people and feel and hug and touch and, everything else. And the despair of so many people who've lost so much through this year, I don't think that mentally we as a society are prepared for what this is going to look like on the other side.
Yeah, I'm in a place where I feel like we could turn a corner. It's just very, very scary that I really feel like if things would have went smooth, especially with the election, we could be turning a corner, but it got stoked a little further. And so it's going to be a little harder to mend that divide. And that's kind of what I worry about overall. But I do think it's possible. And I also worry, Amanda, because I agree with you on terms of social anxiety. There are many, many people that had a hard time connecting with people before. And now they've spent most of their year inside, not connecting even further. It doesn't really encourage them to get out and start connecting with people again, because many people that probably used to be social are not as social anymore. And that causes issues too. So, I'm not trying to end that on a dour note. I am very, very hopeful. I just hope people start preparing themselves for life will come back to normal. And hopefully we can all just be friends again.
Well, sure.
Yeah.
That'd be nice. Hey, but you know what? Trump did get reelected, so we dodged an actual civil war. Well, that's nice.
Well, here's what.
Far.
Honestly, my parting words for 2020 are: I just hope everyone takes, even though I think resolutions, which you'll find out in the next episode, are a bit of a joke, but I do hope that people will start the year with a clean slate on whatever side of whichever fence you're on. So that hopefully we can just start even keel. And then if you really want to alienate people, do it for personal reasons, that they start doing just awful shit starting in 2021. Start fresh. Start your hate camp new. That's what I would say. Hope.
Right.
Spring's eternal.
Hope's powerful.
I'm not feeling the vibe. Well, fine. Well, we're going to have more Smirk then. We'll just do that. We'll just have that and we'll just make fun of whatever it does happen.
Hey, look, Smirk is definitely a bright spot to look forward to on your podcast feeds. So you got that.
Yeah, no matter what happens, you'll have us.
You'll be smirking the whole time.
Well, unless one of us die of COVID. So there's that.
Well,
that's dramatically dark.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I already had it. I survived. So at least 1 out of 3 will make it.
Just wait until it evolves.
No kidding.
It'll be great.
Great. I can't wait till China sends the second version.
Uh-oh.
I'm just kidding.
I'm just waiting for Godzilla to attack.
That would be fun.
Just remember this year, the United States government released confirmation that there are actually UFOs. And this year was so crazy, nobody freaking care.
Yeah. It just, it didn't fit the narrative. Bad timing in the season.
Just be thankful Will Smith is still with us. We're going to need him.
Well, him and Jaden.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to After Earth 2. Here's my 2021. Read comics, people. Be happy. They'll make you happy.
Amanda, anything to leave on?
Take care of your mental health. That's all I got to say. Be kind to people because, man, there are some people who are really going to struggle re-entering the world.
Yeah, like me.
It's so much easier to be kind than to be mean.
I mean, I guess I'll say that too. Yeah, be kind.
It actually uses less muscles in your face
being guilted
to smile than to
the
frown.
kindness thing. Like, just, sure, be kind.
And rewind.
Always rewind,
and
or
that's
you're
it.
an a-hole.
We're done. And as you write your own life story, always remember to tell it with
a smirk.
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 Jesus. What was that?
Should we try it again?
No.
Can we count down?
No, he has to own it.
Yeah, that was way funnier this way.